The mission of Meals on Wheels of Ramsey County is to sustain a collaborative of community organizations and school districts that are maintaining a Meals on Wheels program in Ramsey County. And we're focused on volunteerism and helping folks with nutrition and also independence.
Food security for Meals on Wheels is really important because we primarily serve older adults and adults with disabilities in our community, which often have significant challenges with food. And having a daily hot meal delivered along with a check-in has been a vital way for helping people stay in their homes, live meaningful lives, and really have some protection networks that I think are really important in our community.
When they started in 1975, they really ramped up pretty quickly, and we're serving around 75,000 meals a year by 1977. But how that compares to today is we're expected to serve about 225,000 meals in Ramsey County this year.
Right now we have a wide variety of menu items, daily hot meals, we have frozen meals, we have things that really can help cater to dietary needs and medical needs that people may have, as well as cultural meals so that it doesn't have to be one size fits all for everyone. There's way more choices than there have ever been. Our volunteers and staff are critical of the program. Most programs, ours included, have a very lean staff of just one or two actual employees that are there daily. They're charged with making sure the routes are ready and contact with clients and caregivers. And then we have a volunteer network that often will pack meals and help with that, as well as volunteer drivers. Their role is really at something where they're providing the meal, but they're doing a check-in, which is so critical to the work we do, because oftentimes we hear that that social interaction may be the only social interaction that person has for the day.
About once a year, we have someone who has to call 911 because the person that they're delivering to just isn't doing well. One in particular, the woman opened the door and she had no color. She was breathing poorly. She just didn't look good. And our volunteer said, "Are you okay? You don't seem okay." And she said, "No, I don't feel very well." So the volunteer called 911 and said, just described what was happening. She was actively having a heart attack and lived by herself. So we don't know if we hadn't been there right then, what might have happened otherwise. It would have been 24 hours until we were back. So we were just so grateful. And of course, her family was deeply grateful that we were there and able to help and intervene, and it all turned out great.
When I see the recipients that we work with and hear their stories about how Meals on Wheels has helped them, and when I talk with family members who are maybe living states away and the comfort that they feel when they know their loved one is being delivered a meal and having a friendly visit and that safety check, it just means the world to me.
There's never one that doesn't show up, never. And in all of this time span and storms and, bad weather and that, I know that they are coming.
I think some of the strengths over the last 50 years is we've been a consistent, reliable service provider in our communities in Ramsey County. That strength and consistency is also something where it's a value of making sure that residents and adults have known that these services are available. Let's make sure it is around. So being purposeful in that process, working together, knowing that it's not about one particular program, it's really the collaborative effort in Ramsey County as well as the rest of the state of Minnesota. The partnerships within our consortium have been very important. Meals on Wheels in general has geographical boundaries. So with all of the providers, we've been able to cover and provide meals to everyone in Ramsey County.
Since 1975, we have served about 9 million meals in Ramsey County, and that is really an incredible number of meals delivered.
Looking back, we definitely know what our strengths are and where we've been successful, but I think in the next 50 years, we also have to look very hard as how can we use those skills, how can we use our experience to know that we will be there for the next 50 years and build on a changing environment, changing governmental structures and other things, knowing that the need will be there.
thank you for your support over the years with Ramsey County Meals on Wheels program. Whether you have donated, volunteered, you're an elected official, a client, a family member, someone who's worked for Meals on Wheels in the past 50 years, we thank you for everything that you've done to keep this going for 50 years. And in the future, if you want to help, volunteer, donate, and just think about Meals on Wheels when you or a family member or friend is in need.